Welcome everyone, Costin here on Serious Gaming with my Let's Play of Lords of the Fallen. I'll be going with Brawling, simply due to the fact that Quake is very powerful. You do have an ability for every class, I believe, that does a lot of damage, but Quake can do tremendous amounts of damage. Now in terms of equipment, I would like to go for the set of the Cleric, but I'm gonna go with the set of the Warrior. And the reason is that this shield that the warrior has is simply put better. The cleric one does not have 100% physical damage resistance, whereas the warrior one does. That's it, I'm not gonna keep that armor that he has for very long. Also, the warrior starts with strength and vitality, whereas the cleric starts with faith and vitality. So that's what I'm going to go with. Start it. Now there's a CGI cinematic, but it's also the same it's the same CGI that they showed as the first trailer of this game, so I'm going to skip that. Then there's the cinematic right after that. Come on.
The monastery's ahead. I wonder if it is still safe.
Either way, our quest for heinous nears a conclusion.
I hope he's worth all the men we've lost on our way here. We made it. Let's get to work.
It's quiet. Too quiet. Even for a monastery. Hold on.
Alright, let us begin. Let us begin. Now you get the tutorial here, but I'm going to skip it. I'm gonna try and backstab this guy. Ooh. Overhead swings are awesome. There we go. Yeah, I would have preferred not to take any damage right there. Anyway, I'm gonna go up here. First, I'm just going to remove some gear. And the reason I'm doing that is simply so that I move faster. Alright. I'm going to go... Well, this sword is... it looks a lot better than the goddamn... steel sword. It's a bit more powerful, but really not all that much. I mean, just 1 damage. Although its physical block defense is indeed much higher. So, there's that. Gonna remove the shield. Now, I did want it because of the damage reduction, but I don't need that damage reduction at the moment. At least yet. I just want the mobility.
It's locked.
So far I've seen only corpses, no survivors.
The Rogar have clearly breached the walls of the monastery, and heinous would have given his life to protect his people. If he is alive, then some of them might have survived too.
The man we're looking for. How will we find him?
He's the leader of all humanity. If we find his guards, we'll find him.
You're still losing blood, Kaslo. The Rogar got you good.
I didn't let you out of prison to worry about me.
You're no use to me if you bleed to death.
I will try to spare you the inconvenience of my death.
There must be some way to open this door.
A switch, perhaps? Or a key?
Yes, inconvenience. Exactly that. right? Now this game is heavily inspired by Warhammer in terms of its art style. They stated that, which is similar to Diablo or Warcraft.
These things keep coming. We fight back, but there are too many of them. It is sickening to see them move. Their limbs twist and turn in ways they're not supposed to. And their smell. It's like fire and death creeping up your nose. One of the creatures we were fighting spat on us. The saliva hit my eye. It burned, and it burns deeper into me.
Now I'm just gonna skip that through them because they don't give you that much experience. There is a secret right here. And I'll be coming back to this area anyway. Once I get alright.
It is in me, and it is changing me. My skull. The bones are moving, growing. It does not feel like poison in my veins, more like liquid darkness. We have seen with others what happens next. Eyesight goes first, then follows sanity. Brother William, Brother Peter and I won't let the disease take us. We will choose death before it chooses us.
Alright, boss time. And I'll be doing this boss without a shield because I will not be taking any damage from him.
I've found a key.
What are you waiting for? Open the door.
Now, whenever you get the opportunity, ask him to support you because he'll refill your potions to
I
max.
could use some help.
Here, this might be useful.
The lip syncing in this game is quite terrible, I might add. Anyway, let's do it. Alright, that's the first Warden. I'll defeat him and complete his challenge, which is to defeat him without taking any damage whatsoever. If I do that, I get the special sword. Well, I get the sword anyway, but if I defeat him while completing a challenge, the sword will have a special attack, a shockwave attack. Anyway, he's gonna start moving towards me. What the? Come on! Well, I avoided the hit by backpedaling, but that was not really my intention. I just wanted to roll, and then I forgot that the roll and sprint keys are on different buttons in this fucking game, which is something that takes a while to get used to because I'm used to the Dark Souls model where it's, you know, bound to the same key, and I know some people complain about that, but for me it's just fine to actually have them bound to the same key. Actually, I need to get closer. Now, how do you defeat this boss who has that giant tower shield and who has a lot of melee attacks without getting hit? Well, there is one attack that he does. I'm just waiting for him to start doing it. There is one attack. Okay, that's it's a bad move on my part, but basically you just wait until he does his overhead swing, which after phase 2 starts it will turn into a shockwave attack, so you need to avoid that. And then you go in for a hit. He will be vulnerable. Come on, big guy, come on. Come on already. Fucking hell. Alright, that's just one hit. One more and he'll switch phase. Now when he switches phase, he'll do a bit of AoE. It's not gonna hurt you though, and you will still be able to get the weapon. I've tested this out a bit. Gotta love that volumetric lighting, by the way. The fog right there is as a result of that. Okay, come on, big guy. Just one hit and then I run. Yeah, come on. Yay, yeah, close. Yeah. You can avoid getting hit by that, but more often than not you will get hit by the stagger attack, and then he'll go on the defensive for a bit and then start coming back after you. Now what changes here really is that well, I guess he does more damage. I really have no idea. And his attack right there also does a shockwave, which you obviously need to avoid. I guess he might also take more damage because he's lost some of his armor. Anyway. I don't want to be cornered, so I'm pulling back. Come on, come on. Bloody brute. Eh, I was too far. Couldn't do it. Yes, running around, it's such an interesting boss fight. Actually, the first two bosses have to be done without a shield if you want to complete their challenge. Well, this one you can try doing with a shield, but keep in mind that trying to get in melee with this guy is probably gonna end in a disaster. Now those jumping attacks, while sprinting you just perform a heavy attack. Ooh, okay. There we go, I avoided the stagger, just gotta get him to the last phase. If you get him to the last phase, he's pathetically easy to deal with this kind of tactic, because he'll just alternate between two attacks in the last phase. Whereas in this phase, all the others before it, he's alternating between 3-4 attacks. Almost got me. Okay, decent amount of damage. I don't get what's the difference between phase 3 and phase 4. But that's just me, right? Now in the last phase, phase 5, he'll drop his shield. He won't do his AoE where he staggers you a bit. Rather, he'll just drop his shield and then start doing massive AoE attacks, which are pretty easy to avoid. Alright. Look at those particles. Yes, that's what physics says in this game. So, when he's in this phase, he'll do that. Then he'll... Well, if you get close enough, he'll do that melee attack. And then he'll switch to that again. I want to be far enough to trigger his shockwave. Come on, bro. Come on! I know you can, I know you will. So, basically we just want him to do a shockwave, then a whirlwind attack, and you can just pretty much have him doing just those two. Unless you get very close to him once he finishes the whirlwind attack. And that's actually the first time I saw him do anything else other than shockwave in this phase. Well, besides, you know, the whirlwind. Oh yes. It's not really that damaging, and it doesn't really stun lock you. The developer said it to stun lock you. It's not really that dangerous. Well, unless you're playing a rogue, then yes, that's probably very dangerous. Okay, now if I was stupid, I could take a risk right there. But I haven't come this far just to fail at the fucking end. Right? So I'll just wait patiently. Okay. Done. You, my friend, go to whatever demonic afterlife awaits you. I will steal your power. Not sure if it's your soul. I think I've had enough games where you steal creatures' souls. I mean, it's really disturbing when you think about it in Dark Souls, what you're doing. It's like you're just stealing a creature's soul and then you're consuming it for your own power. That's not disturbing, I don't know what the fuck is. Anyway. So...
What was that? One of those lords Caslow keeps talking about.
Right. So I've gained persistence. And you, it shows here, one hand, heavy attack, sends a tremor. So you've got... Not sure... Well, that's a one-hand heavy attack, by the way. I mean, that's two hand, that's one hand. Let's see. Oh, whatever. I'm not gonna use it anyway because I don't have the stats. You need 15 strength. I could get it, but I really see no reason to bother with this yet. Okay. Now, I'm not interested in that yet. What I am, however, interested in is clearing out this goddamn area. Oh yeah, enemies don't respawn. Unless you die, they will not respawn. And there we go, we see the XP multiplier working. Yep. It only starts once you defeat the first warden. Oh, by the way, there's also DLC armor. There's quite a few day one DLCs for this fucking game. Perfect timing only counts really if you're a rogue. There we go. Now the reason I'm coming back here is that once you defeat bosses, there will be areas like that which will be opened, and that's what I want to get.
The fires on the horizon, they are spreading towards our village. I beg you, be careful. Something evil is happening. I can feel that. You can always seek refuge here, in the monastery. Whatever happens, Antanas can save us. Please, please, be safe.
Alright. Now the way I think the XP multiplier is, as long as you don't save at a new checkpoint, you're fine to replenish your potions at an old one. So just something to bear in mind. Now these zones, some of them are challenges, arenas, whatever, and some just give you loot. This granted me an empty bottle, so... And that's a bulwark. So yeah, just free loot, right? Not sure if it's random or not. Anyway, if you move out of the lit area, then you're going to take massive amounts of damage, so you can't just move around. It's not the small area actually what's there, but well, that's a problem. By the way, for those curious, I'm playing the game on high settings overall. How good is this bulwark shield? Well, I can't use it, I'm afraid, but it is it's pretty effective actually. I'm not gonna level up right now. Wait, and he respawned? Well, piss off. Anyway, I'm just going to save here. Alright. And I'm hoping that the multiplier doesn't reset, because if it does, it's a bit annoying. It shouldn't reset, but anyway. I don't need your fucking directions. Although I did mess up the stealth there. Oh, what the hell? Bloody creature bit me. Okay, it didn't reset as I suspected it wouldn't.
Soon after banishing the god, the three men that were known as the Judges parted ways forever. Apart from their common goal, they were very different in every possible way. 3 statues were built for them on the square of the Judges, displaying the distinct paths they had taken. These statues hold a secret, as if it were their heart, but it is retained by the stone. Only the Shard of Heroes could make that heart beat, and only an unearthly force could tear it out.
I'd call these guys marauders, and they are dead. Infected humans.
We can't stand against such forces much longer. We must find a place to hide. A place with walls and soldiers, mighty Antanas. We will be on our way. Please prepare for a few dozen refugees.
Well, I can break through now. That's really about it. Anyway. Now, there is... Wait, did I miss something? I think I might have. There was supposed to be the armor sets, but... You know, the other armor sets, like Cleric, Rogue, etc. That's locked. Yeah. That's the Rogue one, which I don't care about. I'll switch to Cleric because I prefer the Paladin look. Hey, play Paladin in World of Warcraft for 3-4 years, give or take. That's how long I've played it.
What exactly were
well,
the Lords? They wielded power beyond our understanding. They fought fiercely, and they blindly followed the god. Anyone who tried to talk with them, reason with them, failed. The Lords did not come for discussion. They came to serve their purpose. To lead the Rogar army against the humans.
yes. Now I'm just gonna switch to the Cleric armor, you know, for purposes of... Those are sealed runes. I can... Faithful Disciple and Acolytes. It's used to, okay. Spellcrafting power, interesting. Trinket. Right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what this does. I'm not gonna save just yet, although I will be pausing the video right here. Yes, enjoy the view. I'm gonna save there. Costin, signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, there's a tip button for PayPal or a link to my Patreon page, whichever you would prefer. So,